Hello friends, it's Levy here, and I wanted to say hi. I haven't been in touch for a while. It's been just a busy time with all the holidays and just getting back on track. And this week we celebrated the new month of Cheshvan. And the month of Cheshvan, it's an interesting month because there's no holidays, there's no celebrations. The only thing we kind of acknowledge is the passing of the matriarch Rachel. It's her Yurtzeit, her Hazkara during Cheshvan. And our sages tell us that the month of Cheshvan they describe it as mar, bitter, mar Cheshvan. It's a bitter month because it's not filled with joy, with joyous occasions. So what are you supposed to do? Just walk through the month and be like, oh, it's a bad month? That's not what we're supposed to do. We know the word mar from Pesach, from what we eat, the bitter herbs, maror. Another word that has the root mar is the name Miriam, my daughter, my firstborn, but also Miriam from our ancestors, right? Moses' sister. And she was called Miriam because she was born into such a difficult time period. She was born into slavery. She was born into such hardship. And it was her fate never to know any joy. But she didn't let that stop her. She raised herself up. She didn't live up to her, small, closed-in potential. She went above and beyond it. She did so much for the Jewish people. And we really learned from Miriam that you could take something bitter and you could elevate it. You could turn it into a prayer. You could turn it into a plea, a request, something holy, something special. And I really hope, my prayer is that we take this month, even though, it's not filled with joy, not yet anyways. We need to make joy. We need to make sure that we infuse joy and happiness into this time. Another thing that we know happened historically during the month of Cheshvan is that we had the Mabul, the flood, which is in this week's Parshat Noach. And this is a favorite Parsha. Every child loves, coloring and reading the books about Noach and the animals 2 by 2. It's such an awesome Parsha. And yet, there's such a deep meaning for us. I have the Chumash here in front of me. I'm just going to read you. This is how it starts. Ele toldot Noach. These are the offspring of Noach. We think that means his children, but it also means his deeds, his character, what he did with his life. Noach ish tzaddik. He was a righteous man. Tamim haya b'dorotav. He was pure from his generation. He was living in a corrupt generation. There was so much evil and negative all around him, and he still stood up for what was right. And it goes on to tell us the whole story of Noach, how he had 3 sons and how God saved them for their righteousness. What can we learn from this? It is such a message for us. You don't have to open your eyes too wide to see that we are surrounded by a world filled with confusion and evil. Whether it's here in Oregon, I think 9 people were shot in Oregon last week. And all the tragedies that are befalling the Jewish people in Israel and all over the world. Here in Oregon, down the street, 10 minutes from my house, the Orthodox synagogue, the Sephardic synagogue, there was a swastika on it yesterday morning. Wake up! It's all around us. People hate us just because we're Jews. It's mind-boggling. I never understood how, when I heard all the stories of my grandmothers and my grandfathers, how people wanted to kill them just for being Jews. And it seems so hard to imagine. But this is not so far from what is happening still today. And we need to take a stand. We need to show the world what it means to be good. God wanted us to be good. He put us here. All he wants for us is to be a light, is to show the world what it means to be good and pure and to walk with God. That's what it says here. It says, Et ha'elokim hitalech Noach. And Noach walked with God. I want to walk with God. As hard as it might be at times, I want to walk with him. I know that a lot of people want to walk with him. And I know that it might be difficult. But I feel like now, more than ever, is the time to say, God, I want to walk with you. Please hold my hand. Please show me the way. Let us all be blessed with a beautiful month. Let us turn the bitterness that the month started with into a month of joy. We could do this. Light, And blessing is so much stronger than darkness